Hey, Shalom. I want to give all praises and glory and honor to Yahweh Shem Shai. Double honors to the elders of Great Millstone. Much love and respect to you brothers out there doing the work in sincerity and truth, striving for the hopeful elect, enduring all afflictions, and seeking out your own salvation with fear and trembling. Yahweh Shem Shai Rakak Kudash, Barakatham, Akim. I just want to go on to speaking about that movie Brightburn. I actually went to go watch that movie last weekend. Uh, it was I think it was Friday. No, Saturday afternoon. We went to go watch that movie, Brightburn. Yeah, it was way before brothers started putting up videos regarding it. Yeah, I just want to get some like some thoughts on it and things like that. But the movie, the cool thing, the storyline was whack. You know what I'm saying, as far as like the acting and all that. It wasn't. They could have made it a lot better. You know what I'm saying. But as far as the power that this little boy had, it was cool, man. You know what I'm saying. The graphics, as far as what he was doing to these people, it was brutal. You know what I'm saying. So I like that part. You know what I'm saying. And the people that were with me at that time when we watched the movie, they had made a comment saying, how that he was bad and he wasn't good. But I said anybody can say that. Anybody could say that he wasn't good and that he's bad. But how do you know that he wasn't? How do you know he wasn't good? How do you know that those people that he was killing weren't bad? And it's the same thing, the perception that people have on us, on who the world calls God and Jesus, but that they hear us preach by the names of Yahweh Shema Shai, and what they hear us speak about how they're coming back. So they perceive that us and them as being evil, okay, as being an unrighteous power, just like the boy in the movie Brightburn. He was considered as an evil power, you know what I'm saying, a destructive power. And he was just one, okay, which we always said just one angel could destroy everything, man. But the Most High, Yahweh Shema Shai, ain't gonna allow that. He's gonna have that honor. He's gonna take that honor along with his host, okay. So, the movie, right off the rip, when I saw the trailers going months prior before it was released, I already knew that it was like a darker side of Superman, and it was pretty cool, you know what I'm saying. But like when I watched the movie, I wasn't really impressed. Like they could have, how Hollywood is, they put so much time and energy in movies that people want to see, but they have the ability to make some good ass movies, man. But it's like they go half-assed, but the cool thing about that movie was that he was able to fly. He wasn't taking nobody's shit. He was being bullied, fucked with, and that's how the elect are, man. The elect, maybe not every brother, but there's some brothers out there that people keep fucking with. You know what I'm saying? And I'm one of them. I'm one of those people. And no matter where I go, there's always certain individual people, and they all have the same fucking spirit. Because in every city and town, it's always the same people. All right? I don't know how you categorize them and how many of those, but in every in every city and town, have the same damn people. They look different. They may have different names. They have different names, different walks of life, but that spirit is the same in all these individual people. Okay? There's different spirits, but don't get me wrong, but It's they're everywhere in every city, in every state, town. They're everywhere. Those spirits. And I want to get my hands dirty with a lot of these fucking people, man. You know. So that was a cool thing. Just like going to the movie Chronicles. In the movie Chronicles too, as well. The boys that it was two white boys, and then Jake. So-called Negro. They ended up becoming friends. I think two of them, the white boy and then the Negro were friends, and the other white boy was like an outcast. People would fuck with him, but they ended up becoming all good friends because they all got these special powers by coming in contact with something that came from from the heavens. And just like going into the scriptures, how the Lord says, "I shall make your own household at variance against you," right? But your foes shall be of your own household. So it was like that kind of scenario, you know what I'm saying? So they ended up becoming friends, but they had special powers. They had the ability to move quickly and to break their fall without touching anything. They could fly. They had great strength. And the one that was bullied, he they told each other that they weren't gonna hurt anything, like any kind of animals, any people, and they were just gonna have fun with the power that they had received. But the one that was bullied prior from receiving the power, he began to that rage, that anger came out of him, and he started to use it on the left hand side, unrighteously. But they couldn't contain him, man. Like at the end, he went all out, but he kept getting stronger and stronger though. They couldn't stop him. Nobody could, except for the one that had the other power. And it was beautiful too in that movie. Your brothers haven't seen it, Chronicle. It's either called Chronicle or Chronicles. And at the end of the movie, the way the other white boy, the Edomite, killed the other Edomite that was bullied, was by the spear of an Indian, Gad. It was a huge statue of Gad with the spear in his hand, and he used that spear to shoot down that bullied Edomite that had the power, that was going out the chain, killing everybody. And that's what drew me into this movie, Brightburn, because I like movies like that, like going into the movie Unbreakable, Split and Glass. You know what I'm saying? Like I like the Avengers and stuff like that, but this is more like in their natural state. They ain't shooting out laser beams like in Brightburn. You know what I'm saying? They're shooting laser beams out of their eye. It's more or less just straight raw power. But we know in the scriptures that the Lord Yahweh Shai is going to come back with the angels, and they're going to shoot lasers out of the chariots, man. So Brightburn could have been a better developed, directed movie. But as far as them showing the power that what that boy had, and the judgment and infliction that he was causing on those individual people that caught him, that it was pretty cool. You know what I'm saying? I like that. And how that the spirit was speaking to him and telling him to take it, and in the beginning you didn't really know what it was talking about, but at the end it showed you that he was commanded to take the world, so he was wreaking havoc on the whole world, and that was by one angel. You know what I'm saying? So imagine Yahweh Shai being the omnipresent, the omnipotent one, the King of Kings, Lord of Lords. He is the one that's to be glorified. You know what I'm saying? So he's coming back with this whole host, and they have the ability to destroy, and quickly. You know what I'm saying? So I want to read Sirach 39-28. There be spirits that are created for vengeance, which in their fury lay on sore strokes. In the time of destruction they pour out their force and appease the wrath of him that made them. So who made Yahweh Shai? Yahweh. So Yahweh Shai is going to pour out his force, of in the time of destruction, man. Right? In the time of the end of Esau, the end of you 2/3, the joy of the hypocrite, the hypocrite, the joy, the triumphing of the wicked, because all that shit that people be doing contrary to the law, statutes, commandments, the men of the Lord, making mockery and scoffing of the scriptures, the Bible, saying that there's no God, and then when men rise up in that stead of defending the gospel, they fight against them. That time is coming to an end. And that spirit that is created for vengeance, because Yahweh Shai could be a vengeful power, or he can be a power that delivers, man, that saves. So in that movie Brightburn, that's exactly what he was. He was a vengeful power, man. That was his purpose. His purpose was to be sent, to be nourished up for a time, and after that he was going to experience the cruelty of humanity. Even though he was raised up by that man and that woman with love and care and protection, it was set in him to do exactly what he was created to do. Just like Yahweh Shai. Yahweh Shai came to the earth. He came forth through his father Joseph, and impregnated his wife Mary. But he was already immediately endowed with the Holy Spirit within the womb. He was already the chosen, and he was nourished up for a time, went out, and he experienced the temptations of being in the flesh. Okay, and he saw the cruelty of humanity. He experienced it firsthand, though he already knew it, because going all the way back to the time of Noah, the fall of Adam and Eve, so he came down and actually was being touched by the sensations, the temptations that we go through. And then what happened? They murdered him. He resurrected with power and went back to the heavens. So now he's waiting. He's whetting his sword, man, in the heavens. He has to wait for the green light by his father Yahweh to come back and to play out that spirit of vengeance, and to lay down sore strokes, man. Okay, when Yahweh B'Shem Shai comes back, it ain't gonna be nothing pretty, man. It ain't gonna be nothing beautiful. It ain't gonna be nothing good or exciting for a lot of you people, man. Okay, he's coming through swiftly, just like that in the Brightburn. He was swift, and nobody could detect him. They sensed something was there, but he was too quick, man. Let me bring this one out one more time. Sirach 39-28. There be spirits that are created for vengeance, which in their fury lay on sore strokes. In the time of destruction they pour out their force and appease the wrath of him that made them, which is Yahweh. Yahweh made Yahweh Shai and the angels. Alright, there's different spirits. And I made that comment about being swift. Let's go over here to Malachi chapter 3. 3 and 5, it says, and I will come near to you to judgment, and will be a swift witness against the sorcerers, against the adulterers, and against false swearers, and against those that oppose or oppress the hireling and his wages. And who's been hired to do the bidding of Yahweh B'Shem Shai? The men of the Lord that are on the highways and the byways, whoever they are, the elect. So he's coming down as a swift witness against you workers of iniquity, man. Okay? Just like in that movie Brightburn, he was swift, man. He would, nobody could detect him. He could take you out immediately. No problem. You know what I'm saying? And that's how Yahweh Shem Yahushua is going to be. The angels, man. You know? It says, the widow and the fatherless, and that turn aside the stranger from his right. You know, you help out the ungodly. You help out the unjust. You justify, bitches, bitch made ass people, man. That's who you always see triumphing, you know what I'm saying? Like, getting the best positions, getting more money, favors being shown to them are the bitch made ass individual people, man. They sell out, they fucking, tattletale, they're rats, fucking narcs, and they're wicked, they're ass kissers, brown nosers, liars. They're about themselves. Those are the kind of people that these wicked leaders like, man. But the one that is austere and that has, true integrity, dignity, they despise him. Because he lives according to righteousness. And it's not no pretending or shit like that. But that's how all the majority of the people are, man. They're a bunch of fakes. So Yahweh Shem Yahushua is coming back to defend the hireling and his wages that was oppressed, the elect. Even his brothers that are at jobs and shit like that, and they're being unjust. It says and turn aside the stranger from his right, and the widow and the fatherless. So they treat certain individual people that don't have certain things as like shit, man. And fear not me, because they don't fear the Lord at the end of the day. Saith the Lord of hosts, for I am the Lord, I change not. See, he don't change. He's a spirit of vengeance. He could be a spirit of vengeance, or he could be a spirit of salvation, deliverance. Therefore, ye sons of Jacob are not consumed. So the elect are not going to be consumed. Okay? The 2/3 are. All right, that disobey the law, statutes, commandments, that don't agree with Yahweh Shem Yahushua and the message that he's conveying to you by way of us on the highways and the byways. Let me bring this one out. Luke 19:27, but those my enemies which would not that I should reign over them, bring hither and slay them before me. Okay? And slay them before me. That's in the New Testament, man. So Yahweh Shem Yahushua is coming back as an angelic force, and he's going to lay down the force, that force to appease the wrath of him that created them, which is Yahweh. They're not to be played with, man. It's knowing the terror of the Lord we persuade men. Because we know the Lord is a king of terrors. He could be terrifying, or he could be, pleasing to the eye, pleasing to you, sweet to you. But we know that he's going to be terrifying towards the wicked, man. And in that movie, that's exactly how he was. That boy, he was terrifying to those, especially that woman in the restaurant, man. She was terrified. Even the mother at the end, when she was hiding underneath that like a bar countertop, and he was flying through each side of the house. When she was in between, he was flying between the house, going through the house. She was terrified. Even when he took her up all the way up into the heaven, man. When she tried to stab you know, with that metal, which was the only thing that could cut him. It was by that machine, you know, that pod that he came through, that metal that was attached to it. That was the only thing that could cut him, you know, or kill him. And when he saw that disloyalty, he took her all the way up into the heavens and dropped her, and you could see that terror on her face, man. And he showed no emotion. But those my enemies which would not reign, that Salakia, but those my enemies which would not that I should reign over them, bring hither and slay them before me. Alright, so the Yahweh Shem Yahweh, the Lord of hosts, is coming back to do exactly that. You know, it's going to be a takeover, man. It's going to be an intrusion against Esau's kingdom. He's coming into the house of the thief, you know, as a thief to take away what's his. Okay? And it's going to be by way of war, bloodshed, destruction. So I hope it was edifying. You know, your brothers, you know, if you do, go check it out. You can see what brothers are talking about, you know. But they could have done a lot better at the movie, you know what I'm saying? So that's just according to the scriptures, this is what it is. But as far as the movie, it could have been a lot better, you know. And you know, you got other movies that are, you know, related to it that are similar, Salakia, like I made mention, the movie Chronicles. And then you got the movie like, you know, Unbreakable, Split, and Glass. You know, they don't fly in the movie, but you know what I'm saying, it shows you how they're gifted with certain superhuman powers. You know what I'm saying, Salakia. So y'all brothers check them out. You know, so with that, Shalom.